and it's public. Warren Buffett, he's a billionaire, and he's had a mistress for decades.
Really?
Yeah, oh
Oh, I
yeah,
didn't know
decades. But why? Because he's traveling all the time. His wife don't want to be with him, and he's still married,
Wow.
right? So now I'm willing to listen. Would you not listen to Warren Buffett's business advice? You'd be foolish not to. But there's a lot of things I may not want to listen to because it may not agree with my values and beliefs. And maybe it will, then if it does, great. So this is where I get people to think, wait a minute, let's go a little deeper. Don't, and I tell people, don't just listen to everything I got to say, because maybe I got something to say. It might be right, but it might not be according to your values and beliefs. So then you probably shouldn't do it. Because that's why when I'm coaching somebody or mentoring somebody, I'll say, Sean, here's my suggestion to you. Do you buy into it? And I give you the opportunity to say no, because I don't want you to be a yes man. Now, if you say no, I'll tell you, Sean, I think that's pretty stupid. Or I'll say, Sean, I totally agree with you. Let's go ahead and look at this. What about this? Because why would I force you to do something that's against your value and beliefs?
I love that.
It doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
Unless your value and beliefs is something that's not in harmony with your goal and needs to be changed. That's a different story.
Yeah. I'm not a fan of yes man, man.
Yeah, I don't do it. I don't do it.
like
I don't do
when
it.
people aren't their authentic selves, I could sense it within a minute.
Yeah,
For
yeah,
real. It's not cool, man. All those yes men out there, stop doing that shit.
yeah.
'Cause
Exit.
they're trying to please, but they don't
Yes.
realize that some people don't like that.
Right,
You know,
right.
just be honest.
And you know what's interesting? When you're not a yes man, you attract people that don't need that. But if when you're a yes man and you're always in the yes, then you attract people that always want that. I would rather not be that yes man and also let people know that work with me. I don't want that because I want your honest opinion. I don't have so much ego where I'm not willing to hear your opinion about something.
Right.
You know?
What made you want to become a pilot? Because I know your uncle actually passed away in a pilot crash, right?
He did. He did. In fact, that was the death of my pilot's license for a while, pun intended, I guess, because I started flying very early. And then when he crashed, I was still living at home. And I go to the airport to take my next lesson. My instructor says, your mom just called and you're done, bro.
Damn.
I go, what? So I had to wait till I got out of the house and blah, blah, blah. But yeah, no, I'm addicted to it, man. It's just, it's an amazing thing. I love it. I fly, I mean, helicopters, jets, single engines. I've owned helicopters and airplanes for forever.
Wow.
But it's just for me, it's a great way to keep the brain going. It's a great lifestyle, you know, and I've been able to incorporate that into, you know, my jet mastermind retreats.
Yeah, that's
But
brilliant.
it's a lot of fun.
And you just trained Dan Henry.
Yeah, no, Dan and I, we've been friends for a little while now, and he's been doing some flying, and as you know, as you mentioned, we came over here in the jet, so that was a lot of fun. But no, it just raises your game, that's for sure.
Yeah.
But the lifestyle, nothing like it, man.
That's
No-
a long route in a jet from Florida.
Yeah, no, it was full day. Yeah,
Wow.
yeah. Florida's I did, you know, I mean, I don't get here that often, but I realized that. Wait a minute, crap, that you're like right on the California border, man.
Yeah,
So it's
it's a
basically
5-hour
from
flight, right?
yeah, it's east to west.
And the jets can't fly as fast as commercial, right?
No, yeah, it depends on the jet. In fact, what was so cool, we were at 34,000 feet coming over here, and then on the radio, they're calling out, hey, you know, we've got a jet 1,000 feet above you. It was Spirit Air, and you could just see them like right above it. It was so cool. So yeah,
Wow.
we're up there with the airliners. Oh yeah,
Damn.
oh yeah.
That's pretty close.
Oh, it's very close.
I'd
It's
be a
very
little
close.
nervous.
No, it's slick, man. I mean, you could see him just like, it was so cool, so cool.
You see any UFOs up there?
No, but I've definitely seen meters and stuff like that.
Really?
Yeah. Oh, it's awesome. Yeah. It was one day. It was at night. Obviously, I guess obviously I've never seen one in the day. So it was at nighttime. We're flying over the Gulf, and it was like this massive green and purple, and it was so huge that everybody on the radio, on the pilot's radio, were talking. Did you see that? You see that? People, we saw it for miles and miles.
Wow.
Yeah.
And that landed on Earth?
Yeah, I'd imagine so. I don't know if it completely dissipated before it got there, but it was massive. It was huge. It was
Wow.
so big that everybody, and you just don't talk on the radios unless you're acknowledged or you have a question. But people were just like, shh, and that's just unheard of.
Damn,
Unheard
that's
of.
fascinating.
And then one time we came back from the Bahamas from our mastermind, and then we saw SpaceX go up at night. That was friggin' cool.
I saw Starlink once.
Yeah.
That was
Isn't that cool?
really cool.
Yeah.
I thought it was UFO. I didn't know
Right,
what it was.
right. Yeah, I've never, but I know I've heard of other pilots doing it, but I've never. But the meteorite stuff I've seen.
How far does the radio go? Can you communicate with planes? Like,
Oh, hundreds of miles, hundreds.
Really?
Oh yeah, depending on how high you are. Oh,
wow.
absolutely.
So
Oh yeah.
pilots are just chatting it up there?
Well, it's more organized than that. Yeah, it's a little more. It's valuable real estate, so you don't want to overdo it. Yeah.
Wow, that's cool. What has been your favorite places to fly to?
I like the Berry Islands. It's my little private little island.
Berry
The
Islands.
Berry Islands,
Haven't
yeah,
heard of
in the Bahamas.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow.
Keep
I gotta
it.
get out there,
No,
man.
no, you don't. Keep it that way. It's
Yeah?
very quiet. We don't like anybody out there.
Oh.
No. All right, I'll set you up. I'll fly you out there with me. No, it's a private island. You go out there for a weekend. It's a 7-mile beach, part of it, and you might be good to see 5 people for the whole weekend.
Damn.
Yeah, it's the best
How do
ever.
you eat food and stuff?
Man, you ask good questions. You gotta fly it in sometimes
Oh, wow.
because there's a boat that comes in once a week, and if the boat doesn't come in because of weather, then everybody's out on food.
Starving.
There's like two little grocery stores, one bar, and that's it.
Wow.
Yeah, it's a lovely little island, but it's getting a little bit more populated now. A little more people are.
catching on.
Yeah, they're
People
catching
are
on.
fleeing the country. It's pretty,
Yeah, they
pretty
are,
crazy
aren't
time
they?
right now.
Right?
This election's gonna be pretty.
Oh
difficult, I think.
man, it's gonna be nuts. It's gonna be nuts.
I try to stay out of it.
I'm with you. Well, so now that you brought it up, and so I guess some people get pissed off or not. I've never voted in my life
Same.
because that's part. Oh, how you really? Okay. So because that's part of the occult thing. So I love that because I can say the president. The present president, I can say something about him is really good, and this part about him is really stupid, and the other people, that part's pretty good, and that part's pretty stupid. I love just being, in the middle, or however I want to be. So.
I didn't know people in cults couldn't vote. That's interesting.
No, you can't. Oh no, well not this cult. Oh no,
Wow.
no. There's
How many people were with you? Was this like a bigger one or?
Yeah, 7 million total globally.
Holy
Globally, yeah.
7 million people.
Dude, you know what I found out about this stuff, Sean? Smart people can do really stupid things. And I'm not the dumbest person in the world, but I was in there doing stupid things and thinking stupid things. I mean, it shows how easy we can be programmed. I mean, it's crazy. I'll give you an example.